everybody, this is T with Kate's Crafted Closet, and today I am showing you how I made this ornament that I am going to put on my tree because I am doing the country Christmas vintagey look. So this is kind of what I came up with for an ornament. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started with that. So the first thing I went ahead and did is I used this Fishtail banner die from My Favorite Things, and I went ahead and cut out with the largest one some Nina Desert Storm 100-pound cardstock to give it a little bit of sturdiness. Then I went ahead with one of my Mad for Plaid papers to pick the red and green and use the next size below it to go ahead and cut that. So that's like the hardest part of the whole get up is to do this part. So let's go ahead and grab some double-sided tape. This is just some double-sided tape that I've had in my stash for quite some time from Fun Stamper's Journey. So I'm going ahead and just kind of use this up because I had it for quite some time and I just found it again. I didn't realize that it was missing. Or I actually probably could say I didn't realize I actually had it. That's probably the better choice of words. I'm just going to tear, then I put there, and then put a little bit more down that center. Go ahead and burnish that down really well. We're done with that, and then we can come in with my little pokey tool and go ahead and release that release paper off. Which actually this comes off really easily compared to some of the tape I've had in the past that have a tendency to struggle with that release paper. So I like it when it comes up super easy. So I will do the best that I can to link products that I used today in the description box below. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best to center and line these up. I won't press down until I am sort of kind of okay with its placement, and I'm going to go with that being perfect. So got that taken care of, and then we're going to go in with our hole punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch my hole in here. There we go. Super simple, super easy. I have a piece of natural twine. And I'm just, this is like, how big is this? This is like a 12-inch piece, but since it's an ornament, I'm going to have to tie it at the top as well as a slip knot onto the tag. Not that, well, it could be a tag too, to be honest with you. If you want to make this into a tag, you most certainly can, but this is actually going to be a decoration ornament for my tree. So I'm kind of going with the, like I said, the country Christmas theme, so I'm making a whole lot of tutorials on those because I figure if I'm making these, I might as well go ahead and show you all as well too, in case this is something that you would like to do for your Christmas decorations as well. So I'm just pulling that through, going to do the slip knot and slide it in, pull it nice and taut. There we go. Then I'm going to take the top part and do the same thing. I'm just going to tie it under like that, pull it through, and that creates a little area that can hang on a tree, or I can actually put a hook through it depending on what I want to do. So the next part I'm going to go ahead and do is the little greenery part. So this is a pipe cleaner made that looks like a pine piece, and then I have some of these little berries. These are little wired berries that you can put in the middle of flowers and stuff like that. Then I have a button, so natural wood button, and then I have like a little maroon-ish bow. So I'm going to go ahead now, have my hot glue gun here, and I just literally burned myself before I even start playing with it. That's why I don't like using this little bad boy, because I burn myself all the time. So I'm just going to put my bow on here just so that it stays and I don't have to fight and wait for dry time on it. And of course it's going to stick to my finger as well, and no, it's okay. Like, I'll be okay. So I'm going to put that to the side since we're kind of done with that. Then I'm going to take this pipe cleaner, I'm going to fold it in half, bend it in half, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to bend in half again and squeeze that wire together. Kind of like that. And this is the part where you can just kind of play around with these little berries. I'm just going to call them holly berries. And they're wired, so you can twist them around or you can twist them together. So I'm just going to twist around the pipe cleaner, or as some people like to call them, chenille stems. It's like, so I'm just going to do that. And then you can just place them and play around with them and put them where you kind of want them to go. So I'll open that up just a little bit as well. And we'll wrap it around it so it has a little bit of sturdiness. And then the final one we'll do right here. And like I said, once we close it back up, we can go ahead and maneuver them kind of where we want them to go. So here we go. Got that. And we can press down, pull, slide. And it's kind of like, depending on just however you want to do. Let's see how I'm going to let it flare out. You can do that as well. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put some glue onto the back of that button and place that little sprig on there and give it a moment to, you know, grab. And I'm not going to do my best not to stick my finger in that, because that will hurt if that will hurt, and I wanted to make sure that that bow was facing that way. Okay, so give that a moment, and while it's doing its little thing right there, I can move these berries because I actually have them on the other side. I glued down the wrong side, so that's the wonderful thing of it being on a wire, because I put the button on the wrong side. But that's okay, it's fixable. It's like, so there we go. Now that they're on the right side, if you want to, you can add more. Totally, completely 100% up to you. And then, of course, you're now got to go back in and peel off any kind of hot glue that you may have, but I'm not going to stress that out at the moment. And I'm just going to pull that pipe cleaner together so it's a little bit more together. Awesomeness. So we're going to bring back in our little ornaments, and we're going to kind of find where we want to place it, and I'm okay with that. So again, I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to put it onto the back of this. Because that paper is 100 pound, it's sturdy. It's not going to warp with this glue on it. So I'm just going to hold this in place for a second. You can personalize these. If you want to put names on them, you most certainly could. If you want to put a date on it, you most certainly can do that too. So I'm perfectly okay with this. If you want to throw some glitter on this, you most certainly can. Some stickles. All right, so that completes our little ornaments, or as you like, it could be a tag too, for today. And I put different color bows on it, like a cream color bow, and then I went ahead and did the maroon color bow. So basically you get two different looks and put on my Christmas tree. So I want to thank y'all again for joining me. Like I mentioned, I will do the best that I can to link any of or all the products that I use in today's video in the description box below. I also put down my social media into the description box as well. And I want to thank y'all for joining me, and y'all have a happy holiday and have a crafty day, y'all.